What up? My voice still ain't came back. I mean, I feel great. Light cough, but my voice, I don't know what the hell is wrong with my voice. But we're here working on the Blazer, and I got the really tedious part apart. I'll show y'all. Hold on. I gotta flip the camera around. So here's the tedious part. Right there. Getting them two screws out, which, you know, there's one at the bottom here, one at the top. They are like a security Torx with the pin in the middle, which all good. I got a socket set for that, or a bit set, but yeah, it's just tedious. You can see this lower field line here is in the way of the bottom one, which is flexible, but still tedious because the screws are small and you don't want to drop them. So I did get the regulator. This is the one that come out of it. It was spitting fuel out this hole. And this is a Dorman, or supposed to be a Dorman. Hell, I don't know. Let me see here. It was supposed to be a Dorman, because that 55162 number is a Dorman number. But anyway, yeah, only like a year and a half. So, believe it or not, the Dorman was like 60 bucks on Amazon and AutoZone. It was cheaper on Amazon than AutoZone. It was 60 on Amazon. This Skyward SKP. Now, the same Dorman on Rock Auto was $8.99. This one was like 25 bucks on Rock Auto, so I figured I'd try a different brand, and hopefully it'll last longer than a year. So anyway, that's what we got going this morning. And I'm going to try to get this thing back together this morning. It still don't have plugs in it. I got new plugs for it. I got an oil change for it. So I figured I'll get the injector in. We'll turn the key on, make sure it's working properly. Then I'll stick the top of it together. And then the hard part, putting the plugs in. So I got that regulator in. And them little bitty screws are kind of a pain in the ass. And the bottom one, when I was tightening it, I felt it just kind of strip. Could they go into like ABS plastic? Yeah. So I thought I had it tight, but like I said, I thought it stripped. I had the top one nice and tight. We tested it, and it blew fuel out around the regulator, which let me know it wasn't seated. So I wound up just getting a regular, like, straight thread, not bolt thread, but taper, you know, like you'd put in wood or something, but just a short Phillips screw on the bottom, and we got it in, just tested it, no leaks. So I don't think I'm going to tempt fate. I think I'm going to put it together. But yeah, because the O-ring's not leaking now, which means it's obviously seated, but I don't know. Part of me feels like I should tighten that bottom screw, the one that's the Phillips a hair. Deb just looked at me like, nah.
Just, you can check it.
But I said, it's in there, it's not leaking, so I probably should just stick the intake on it at this point. I'm dreading it, really. I'm not dreading that part of it. I'm dreading the spark plugs. They're by far the worst thing on this vehicle. But it's warming up nicely out here. It's been cold the past few days, and today, with that sun, like, I'm not ready to take my hoodie off yet, but I'm almost ready to take my hoodie off. So, yeah. That Blazer, though, it needed to be put back together, which the cool thing is it's only been down a week. I believe that happened last Thursday. So now with it not spraying fuel everywhere, we can get the intake back together, get the plugs in, which they're just monsters. Actually, passenger side, not bad at all. Driver's side, friggin' sucks. So, but anyway, I'll be back. Guys, look, we ain't bullshitting. Like, right back there is the spark plug hole. And his damn steering rod's right in front of it. I get above it a little bit. Look how much. But when you put a socket in it, it's like that. So it's a bitch. The back one, I mean, I can get in through here with a long extension and everything. That front one, I can even get it through here, which will make life a lot easier. But, shit. That second one's a mother effer. So what I have learned is that all the plugs are pretty easy to get to with the car jacked up, which she down, and a big a swivel extension, yeah. But it made things a whole lot easier. Wasn't nearly as bad as I expected it to be. I'm gonna try to do the other side like this. Another thing that's weird. So the head's lined up. This one hit down here, this Motorcraft, look how much longer the body is. Now, both of these are what this vehicle takes. But when I put the Motorcraft in, that's all they had. And the Motorcraft spark plug's actually too long for the spark plug socket. Because when the socket's slid all the way down on it, the tip sticks out. So these are going in a whole lot better. I got the Bosch Platinum. I've had good luck with them in the past, so that's why I wanted to put in here this time. We actually had to order them at AutoZone, but hey, it is what it is. I'm going to try doing this side over here. But, shit. I mean, I can kind of get to all of them. There's a lot of wiring and stuff in the way. I think that's the fuel line. That's the 4-aught. Yeah. This plug number 1. Number 2 and number 3 ain't labeled, because why would I label number 3 if number 1 and number 2 is labeled? I'm going to get this shit together. All right, so that made it a hell of a lot easier going in the side. All the plugs are in it now. And I learned something. Jack the bitch up and go in the wheel well. So, hey, we learn every day, right? Now, got the old Beaver airbag jack under there. I only let that compressor get up to about 50 pounds, and it lifted this whole thing off the ground. Love it. Love, love, love it. I do got a support jack over here. I am gonna have to get a jack stand under it for the oil change, which I'm getting ready to do the oil change on it. I just don't feel safe climbing under there. Well, I mean, I got 2 jacks under it, but still, I don't know how much I trust that yet. But anyway, just one. We are getting there. Pretty quick, mind you. Like, definitely pretty quick. Purring like a kitten, baby. But, don't get me wrong. It wasn't as easy as I made it look, because y'all didn't see behind the scenes shit. Oh, what happened is, got it all back together. Tried to crank it, it would not crank over. Acted like it was hydrolocked. So, I screwed up. When I had the plugs out, we never cranked the engine over. But since all the fuel was on the passenger side, I pulled them plugs out. The far back plug, number 5. Oh, well, it'd be actually 6. When I pulled that plug out, it sprayed fuel. So we cranked it over, got all the cylinders cleaned. Put it back together, tried starting it, ran like shit. I'm like, what the hell? So, pulled the intake plenum off. Everything was bone dry. Put it back together, started it, made sure there were no vacuum leaks. Still ran like shit. And I'm like, that ain't right. Put a fuel pressure gauge on it. Max was 45. That thing, 61 is where it needs to be. So that wasn't good. Them fuel pressure regulators are adjustable. The last one I ordered came with the tool to adjust it. This one didn't. And it didn't say in the instructions that you need to adjust it. So I had to pull the plenum back off and adjust the fuel pressure regulator to 61 put it all back together. So I've had to plant them off that thing like on and off 3 times a day. But this time with the fuel pressure at 61, hit the key, fired up, and it's idling better, I think, than it has since we owned it. Is that smooth? The smoothest it's ever idled since we owned it? Yeah, it's never idled that good.
And I don't smell fuel.
So normally, you can actually smell fuel at the back. So it's smoking a little bit out the back. Yep. But that could just be because the cylinders were so full of fuel.
Not real rich.
Is that carbon? Oh, that's carbon smoke, yeah. Okay, yeah, it don't smell like oil. That's what I was worried about. So, yeah. And it'll probably do that for a little bit because, like I said, all that fuel was in them cylinders for so long. But with a fresh oil change, fresh regulator, fresh plugs, she is running a lot better, but she is smoking a little bit. But we're gonna let her run for a while. Oh yeah, it's just pouring water out the tailpipe. Not like water from a head gasket, but water from fuel. You know, all the fuel you get recently has all that ethanol in it. So we're gonna have to let her run for a while and see if she clears up. But anyway, it's running better than it ever has. A lot of work to get it to this point. So hopefully the smoke clears up. And it ain't blue, so I don't know. But yeah, actually it's starting to clear up now. All right, good deal. But yeah, it was a bitch today. It took me like 3 hours to do all this, so hopefully everything gets better. I'll be back. See, it's puffing a little white smoke. And it never did that before, so I'm hoping it's just a lot of condensation in the system, which with the plugs out, you know, and fuel. The fuel smells as bad, which it's been in there since Ruckus and it ain't really been ran much. So I don't know. It's running great though, but we'll have to see how it does when she gets back. But she's gonna take it on a little test drive, see how it does. All right, she just went by again and it's clear. So that's good. That's good, guys. That's good. I was really worried about that because I'm like, why has it got that much condensation smoke? But I guess it just sits in the exhaust and that ethanol fuel, it's not great for anything. And leaving it with the plugs out, had fuel in the cylinder, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. But she's headed around the block again. It's not a big block, so we'll see how it is when she gets back. But it looked pretty clean when she went by that time, because she slowed down to turn in and I flagged her on. I wanted to see what it's gonna do. But here she comes. Yeah, she's cruising up through there. And you don't see no smoke behind her. Yeah, it's clear. Look at that pipe. Look at that, baby. All good? Yeah, look at that now. That's what we wanted. I gotta close my gate. I live in a gated community in the hood. Gated community in the hood. Wish my voice would come back, guys. French fried taters. All right, let's walk back here. Yeah, clear. Is it running good?
Yeah.
It actually sounded better than it's ever sounded.
It cleared up. Got the second trip around.
So it actually started running better? Mm-hmm. It sounds better than it ever has.
Yeah, I think it's had a problem since we first put that other regulator in.
So no missing, no nothing?
Nope.
Nice. Well, guys, you heard it from Deb. She's worked her butt off today too, guys. I might do the majority of the wrenching, but she's there every step of the way. So, Death Note is back, baby. She is back. Better than ever. Deb was talking about selling it.
Get her attitude again, I will.
That's how Deb is. She, every time I'm like, we'll get rid of it, build something different, she's like, no. And then when it messes up, then she's like, fix it and get rid of it. But it needed an oil change, so I got one. I ain't gonna necessarily say it needed plugs, because we put them in like a year ago, and it don't get driven a lot except for the shows. And so it got new, better plugs. And then the regulator, I mean, we wasn't expecting this to happen, obviously, but it did. Hopefully tomorrow I can pick the door up for it. I did message my buddy Nathaniel, and he's like, hey, I'm out of town until Sunday. All good. I mean, he got that door for me the weekend of Ruckus. And, you know, I got sick, didn't have no days off, so he's just been holding it. So it's all good. He can take his damn time getting me that door. I will tell y'all, I'm collecting shit. Oh, let me flip this phone better. So I'm collecting shit, and guys, that's what I do. Like, when y'all see me building stuff, it ain't that I'm like, damn, I don't know what the hell happened to my magnet, but that bitch is bent as shit. Yeah. Deb's just like, yeah. Hey, is that the 13 that we lost? It is.
No.
You guys got a different one out? Yeah. The Blazer 8 of 13 somewhere in the front bumper. Anyway, I collect shit. And what I mean by that is if I know I'm going to do a project, I start collecting the parts early a little bit at a time. And if you're in the audio with a bigger system or whatever, that's how you kind of have to do shit. But I bought deadener. So I did my shopping around. You know, I love Vibraflex and the Sundown 160 mil, which is pretty much same shit. Apparently Down for Sound's got their own version of it now called Rilla Shield. Best price. I ordered it, you know. So I'm going to do the firewall in the Jeep with that. Now, the Jeep needs a dash. Everywhere you put a screw is broken in that dash. Yeah, it's kind of F-U-C-K-E-D. It's a 94. I'm not going to find a nice dash for it. Whatever I find is going to be cracked. I'm not even worried about that because I'm worried about the screw holes. But, guys, don't steal my idea on this, please. When I find a dash, I'm going to go ahead and reinforce a lot of the back of it with fiberglass. But wherever it's cracked on top, I'm going to fiberglass and Bondo it and sand it smooth to fix it. I could just paint it, but I want to try flocking that shit. So I've been collecting like all of the glue. I didn't buy a kit because I don't even know if a kit would do everything. So I did research and I bought glue that I think is going to work best for flocking. And then,
Did this come out of your...
yes, at my back door. I bought a half pound of charcoal gray flocking material and the cans that you pump. So back door, babe. I told her the screwdriver goes to the back that she got in the front. But I've been collecting the shit to do the flocking. I've got like 3 gallons of epoxy resin for the doors. I've been collecting all kind of shit. I still need to order tweeters for Jangalang because I do plan on rebuilding the door panels in there. And a different style. I'm going to stay with 4/8 per door. But rather than them big ass horns which keep stripping the holes out of the wood because they're so heavy, I'm just going to do exactly what Deb has in her doors. Reason being is because if I do that, we'll have the exact same system. You know, the same sub, same amplifier, same mids and highs, same amp, same DSP, same battery. So we'll have the exact same system. And it's gonna not rip the doors apart as bad from all that weight. So I still got to get 4 tweeters, but anyway, I'm gonna try the flocking of the dash and the A-pillars. I want to rebuild my A-pillars to the old style that I used to have in there. I liked it better than them big bulky ones. So I'm thinking when I do the A-pillars, I'm gonna flock them too. Hopefully this shit turns out nice, so you'll all be on that journey with me. I just gotta hit pick and pull one of these weekends and find a dash. But guys, I'm dirty, greasy. What time is it, honey?
It's 2:17.
2:17. And what time we start today?
11:30.
We start at 11:30. It's 2:17. 2.5, 3 hours almost. I mean, and the blazer's done. Yay. Yay.
No.
I started calling that bitch Can't Get Right again. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. I don't know what we're getting into tomorrow, but
I'm getting up the road and getting some base.
Deb said we are going to take a ride up the road tomorrow or today.
Whenever.
We are going to go up the road at some point in Death Note, and she going to play that bitch. So,
Get some base.
yeah. But anyway, I'll be back. Well, it's Sunday morning. Been out to get coffee. And thank you to everyone that cashed at me coffee money. I'm still using that coffee money to get coffee, like almost a week later. So this showed up yesterday. Hook Road. They sent me a rear bumper for Jangalang. And I'm going to try to put it on today. It's like 55 outside right now, so it seems like a good project for the day. I don't know how it's going to fit or look. The bad part is like all the aftermarket XJ bumpers that I like. And this one will fill in the gaps that mine have because I don't have the end caps on it. But they all have a Reese hitch built into them. And I actually have a good Reese hitch on Jangalang. Like underneath it mounts to the subframe unibody, whatever the hell it is. It's a unibody vehicle. But I have a good Reese hitch, and all these aftermarket bumpers have that built into them, so it's going to look kind of dumb, but it's a better rear bumper than what I have. Like, it's a lot nicer looking, so we're going to try it. So here's the bumper. Heavy little booger. Deb opened it, but we didn't take it out the pack. Yeah, whatever. So I got one side of mine off already, but this is going to be considerably more bumper. And what I like about this is it kind of curves in here to fill that gap. And I put them lights in. This bumper here should have, yeah, it's got lights. It's got lights in it. I always hook them up to my reverse lights. Why? Because I don't care about people behind me. So this is the Hook off-road bumper. I like the D-ring things, but this is what I was talking about. This thing. Down the road, I will probably cut this off with a grinder, flapper disc, and weld a plate of steel over it. Just because that's a lot better Reese hitch. Yeah, for looks, you know. Because it's gonna look kind of funny having two of them stuck there. But, hey, what the hell. I kind of like this step down that mine don't have. And I like the lights in the rear, which, I did that on my own.
Years ago.
But, whatever. We're going to put it on here just because it's going to fill, yeah, it's going to fill that gap and that.
Let me start this.
My wife putting the brackets on for the bumper. It goes a lot easier than the stock bumper. The stock bumper, you kind of had to get up behind everything here to put the bolts in. This comes to these plates that you mount there. And then you slide the bumper on and put the bolts in through the sides of these. So that's a lot nicer. If you're wondering what the wiring is, that went to the underglow that I haven't used in years. reverse light wires, and when I had a reverse camera on here. But Deb's getting it. That TikTok Shop Impact's doing work. It's not like super, super big, which I have a super big one, but that's like a mid-size, and it does work.
You said this was a 15?
16. Yeah, the socket don't want to fit to get all the way, so you got to do the last part by hand. But anyway, I'll be back. I got to get the wiring here figured out to hook up them lights. I had to tighten the lights. They were loose as shit in there, but no biggie. They come with some D-rings, which is kind of nice. So we'll see how this thing looks on here. Like I said, the only thing that I wish it didn't have is this. Because I have pulled vehicles with this Jeep, and I don't believe that this here, where it bolts in here, is going to be strong enough to pull like a vehicle. You definitely, it needs that reese hitch, not that. But the aftermarket bumper I have on my black Jeep has the same thing there, and I use it on the black Jeep to pull my little trailer to this recycling center, which it needs to go. It's got junk on it, and you can see where my old bumper landed. Anyway, we'll be back. And there we go, guys. That is the Hook Road bumper. Is it? Didn't say, yeah. Hook Road. I believe this thing's on sale for $2.99 if you own an XJ. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought, guys. This, once I take that out of there and put it in the top, you won't even really notice the bottom because it sits back so far. Which, I'm gonna grab, well, Deb's gonna grab the key, I guess, and move it. And I'm gonna put my D-rings on here, and we'll be back and see how it looks. We got Deb doing big things. But I did put the D-rings on that it came with. I mean, it's a clean looking bumper, I'm not gonna lie. And from the side profile, that is 100 times better than having that big gap that I had. I did get my, what is it called? Oh, shit. I got the lights hooked up in it. Now, like I said, out of the box, them lights, they were not tight in the bumper. They needed tightened. The Allen wrenches needed, or Allen screws needed tightened, as well as the bolt that holds them to the bumper. I got them lined up the best I could. It don't matter. They are hooked to my reverse light, so that'll be cool. I do like the step that it has. And now looking at it, you don't even really notice down there that that funky
Reese hitch.
My good Reese hitch. All right, Deb's demonstrating.
No, I'm not.
Get up there, babe. All right, there we go. Hold on, stop. There, take a picture of Deb, but there we go. Hold on, there it is. No, one without flipping me off. There we go. So, I like the bumper. Thank you, Hook Road.
Now to clean up the mess.
Thank you. I hope this video was worth it. It goes on way easier than the stock bumper. And on my stock bumper, I only had the 2 outside bolts because with this Reese hitch here, you couldn't get to the 2 inside. So I only had like 4 holding it on total. I got all the bolts in this one, which is good. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. What can I do now? Yeah, there we go. Hook Road. And honestly, it's a good bumper for $2.99. I already know what I'm gonna do though. I'm getting ready to take these off. I'm gonna get mine up front that looks like that and put on there. And I'm kind of leave it at that. Because honestly, yeah, it'll work out. Okay, so I did have like this style on here. And then I had one of these in the back on my, the thing that I just used to fill my hitch. So I wound up pulling the other two. I took them two teal ones, put them on the outside, and then I got these here. These are for doing work. I probably don't do a lot of work here. If I was going to pull somebody out and use that, I would move it down, definitely, to the good Reese hitch. Just because that bumper, I mean, it ain't that the bumper is not strong enough to pull anybody. It's where it bolts to the body, it would rip out. It just bolts to the back of the box for the shackle. And I have done work with this one, but you can see it's all scratched up. That is when I actually had to use it around a spring shackle of can't get right to pull this home with my winch cable. So now you can tell it scratched that all up, but now I got ones on there that I don't really care if it gets scratched up. So it works out better. I do like having the teal ones or turquoise ones on the bumpers. But yeah, that bumper looks a whole lot better. And it ain't, I thought it was gonna be shitty, guys. I did. I thought this was gonna look bad with my Reese hitch, but it's down under, you can't see it. Yeah. Damn, I'm happy with that. That is a good deal. Didn't take me that long. Now I just need to clean up tools. But Deb was a big help today helping me. But she's always a big help helping me.
I'm dying.
Yeah, and she's been sick. I don't know if she's got the pneumonia like I had, but she's been kind of under the weather, but she still got out here and helped me get some video footage of the Hook Road rear XJ bumper. They didn't have a lot for XJ. When they reached out to me, they didn't have a lot. They actually had like the rear bumper and front bumper. But it worked out good for both of us because they did agree to this rear bumper. I like it, it looks better. I've been wanting one of these for a while because of this, how it fills that in. I've been eyeballing them, so this worked out great. I do like this too. I don't know what I mean. I could almost sit on that. Yeah, I can sit on that. Heck yeah. Anyway, guys, I'll be back. Yeah, that's right. So, at this point, I don't know what we're doing. It is warmed up pretty nicely out here. And really, I mean, I knew that bumper was coming. I just wasn't planning on putting it on this weekend, but it worked out good. Getting Death Note finished yesterday or fixed, and then getting that bumper on today. I haven't heard from Nathaniel about picking up the door for Death Note yet, so I don't know. I could call Duck and see if he's going to be around the house and get the door for Jangalang. I do have a door for Jangalang. So I don't know. I really don't know what I got going on yet. But it's still early. What time is it, love?
12:29.
It's like 12:30. Damn, we got that done quick.
It said 2 hours.
Me and Deb be working great together, getting shit done. I will say that. We do awesome. So, I don't know, guys. But either way, I'll be back in a little bit. Yeah, road trip today. We had to. We were bored. We were at home. We couldn't really think of anything else that we wanted to do, so we said, road trip to Buc-ee's. I had the friggin' burrito again. I mean, I was craving the burrito all the way here. But I told myself, I always get the burrito. I'm gonna try something other than that chicken burrito. Walked around, looked, and I'm like, that chicken burrito was just calling me, guys. Hard to explain it. I was gonna try that sausage on a stick, but I would not have looked right eating that. Yeah, no. Anyway, I don't know. So we're still sitting here in the car. We just got done eating. I did get some Carolina Reaper hot sauce, and shit's weak. I thought it was gonna be hot. It's weak as shit. Now, it might actually be hot, but I eat like ghost pepper stuff all the time. Like actual hot sauces that are like hot as fuck. So that's why it might not be hot. Because you do build up a tolerance to that shit if you eat hot food all the time. But hot food's good for you, apparently. Something about the capsaicin in your heart. I don't know. But anyway, guys, I'm probably going to cut this shit off here. Thank y'all for hooking me up on the birthday. Thank y'all for watching this. I'm going into like another, I think I'm going into my 3rd or 4th year of doing YouTube. It takes a long time to grow a YouTube base, and it's just steady work. I enjoy it, I ain't gonna lie, I do. That's why I keep filming it. Y'all keep watching, I keep filming. So hopefully next weekend we get the Hyanka up in here, and I might get to pick the doors up, who knows. But until then, it wasn't a bad weekend. So anyway, guys, thank y'all for watching this shit. Check out my list of affiliate links below. Trying to post more on the Patreon for all of my Patreon members. So thank you guys. Peace out. And as always,
Bass on.
That got me falling and it hurts, yeah, it hurts so bad. All in and it's worth everything I have. I could feel the butterflies multiply every time I meet your eyes, amplified deep